Blackstone Audiobooks presents One More River by John Galsworthy. Dedication to Rudolph and Viola Sauter. Chapter 1. Clare, who for 17 months had been the wife of Sir Gerald Corvin of the Colonial Service, stood on the boat deck of an Orient liner in the River Thames, waiting for it to dock. It was 10 o'clock of a mild day in October, but she wore a thick tweed coat, for the voyage had been hot. She looked pale, indeed a little sallow, but her clear brown eyes were fixed eagerly on the land, and her slightly touched-up lips were parted, so that her face had the vividness to which it was accustomed. She stood alone until a voice said, "Oh, here you are!" and a young man appearing from behind a boat stood beside her. Without turning, she said, "Absolutely perfect day. It ought to be lovely at home. I thought you'd be staying in town for a night at least, and we could have had a dinner and theatre, won't you? My dear young man, I shall be met. Perfectly damnable things coming to an end. Often more damnable things beginning." He gave her a long look and said suddenly, "Clare, you realize, of course, that I love you." She nodded. "Yes, but you don't love me?" "Wholly without prejudice." I wish you could catch fire for a moment. I am a respectable married woman, Tony, coming back to England because of the climate of Ceylon." He kicked at the rail. "Just as it's getting perfect. I've not said anything, but I know that the Corvin—" Clare lifted her eyebrows, and he was silent. Then both looked at the shore, becoming momentarily more and more a consideration. When two young people have been nearly 3 weeks together on board a ship, they do not know each other half as well as they think they do. In the abiding inanity of a life when everything has stopped except the engines, the water slipping along the ship's sides, and the curving of the sun in the sky, their daily chair-to-chair intimacy gathers a queer momentum, and a sort of lazy warmth. They know that they're getting talked about, and do not care. After all, they cannot get off the ship, and there is nothing else to do. They dance.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?